What is up, everyone? Going old school with this recipe. Kind of looking around for different things to make, and after my last baked oatmeal recipe, I wanted to try another recipe with oatmeal because it came out fantastic. I went back, I picked up the molten chocolate, and I want to make a small little personalized cake, and I'm going to add my own little frosting to it as well. I'm going to be sticking with the trend of using the myoatmeal.com oatmeal, just because of the 22 billion different combinations that they have. That way the oatmeal flavor can suit the molten chocolate whey, and also my frosting will be PB lean but German chocolate cake. So you can kind of see how all of this goes together. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do is about a half a scoop of the Core Performance Whey in molten chocolate, which is about 15 grams. 40 grams or a half a cup of myoatmeal.com. I'm going to use the peanut butter and banana bread because peanut butter, banana, and chocolate, thumbs up. 4 grams of the sugar-free, fat-free Jello pudding mix. This will just help with the overall moisture and texture of the final product. 3 grams of baking powder to help the final product rise. 3 grams of Splenda to help with the overall flavoring. And that is all my dry. Wet ingredient-wise, what am I going to add? I went to the store and I found one of these neat-looking Greek yogurts from Dannon, and it was a caramel mochaccino. It was the closest thing to a chocolate-ish I could have found. So I'm going to use 50 grams or about 2 to 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt to help keep this thing moist when it is cooked. A little dash of vanilla extract, which I'm going to add in there with my dry. I have my Greek yogurt, which I'm going to add in there as well. And like I said, this is the 50 grams right here. The other 100 grams we're going to use for our frosting, which I have behind me already made. So there is that. Last but not least, 2 egg whites into the final mix. Okay? And like I said, frosting-wise, this is 150 grams. So I used 100 grams for the frosting, 50 grams in the bake. And all I added was 1 tablespoon or about 10 grams of the PB lean German chocolate cake. That is our frosting right there. So that is done. Okay? So what all we're going to do is just mix this together, and it should take only a minute or two. If it comes out too thick, I'm just going to add a little bit of water, but I don't think it will. Just mixing this up. If I recall correctly, the macros on this is 50 grams of carbs, including the frosting, 40 grams of protein, and 5 grams of fat. So you do the math again, guys. 90 is 360 plus the 5 grams, so slightly over 400 calories. Similar to my pumpkin recipe as far as calorie goes, but this is just a different twist. Okay? So our batter, what's it look like? Just like so. Okay. I'm just going to drop just a dash of water to make it a little bit runnier. Okay. And you may want to do so as well. You can use almond milk if you prefer. And what I have is my oven on 400 degrees. And I'm actually not going to use a dish. I'm going to use a skillet, believe it or not, because it's more open and it will cook quicker. So I'm just going to coat this with some cooking spray, so that way it won't stick. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take what I have right here and drop it in there. So one last stir. And drop this in evenly, as you see. Okay. And again, when you drop this in here, make sure you give this a little rattle. Make sure it comes out even, because if you stick everything to one side, it won't look very good. Okay? So, with that said, our cake is in here. Okay? And I'm just going to shake it, rattle it up. This will take around 10 minutes. So let's pop it in the oven. Pulled it out of the oven in the skillet. And what I did was I flipped it on to the cooling rack, which you can see right here. Okay? And as you can see, it is actually very moist. It may not look like it, but it truly is. So what I'm going to do is slide that over there, put this on a plate, as so. And guys, I let that cool for a good 5 to 8 minutes. If you try to frost this right away, it won't come out very well. So we're going to take our frosting here for our molten chocolate, and we're just going to drop it on there and spread it out. Okay, as you can see. And I have some more in here, but for now, this is going to be good enough. And when it's all said and done, take a knife, like so, so you can see the inside. And a final piece. Boom. And there it is. The molten chocolate oatmeal cake. And again, there's a piece right there. So we can kind of slide that on top so you can see what the final product looks like. And again, guys, if you want to pick up any of your Cellucor products, Cellucor.com, Bkup20, BKUP20 will save you 25% on all your Cellucor products. MyOatmeal.com, go over there with the link in the comment box below to pick up any of your My Oatmeal or your PB Lean to help with your overall flavoring, kind of like a PB2. Okay? Any questions with the directions, macronutrients, or instructions, they're on the comment box.